Breathe in, breathe out. भारत माता की,
जय
भारत माता की,
जय
भारत माता की.
जय.
School, get ready for the prayer. Prayer begins.
असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतं गमय दया कर दान विद्या का हमें परमात्मा देना दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना दया करना हमारी आत्मा में शुद्धता देना हमारे ध्यान में आवो प्रभु आंखों में बस जाओ अंधेरे दिल में आकर के प्रभु हमको सिखा देना हमारे ध्यान में आवो प्रभु आंखों में बस जाओ अंधेरे दिल में आकर के परम ज्योति जगा देना बहा दो ज्ञान की गंगा दिलों में प्रेम का सागर हमें आपस में मिलजुल कर प्रभु रहना सिखा देना हमारा धर्म हो सेवा हमारा कर्म हो सेवा सदा ईमान हो सेवा व सेवक जन बना देना मदन के वास्ते जीना मदन के वास्ते मरना मदन पर जान फिदा करना प्रभु हमको सिखा देना सहना भवतु सहना भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्वी नावतीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै शांति शांति शांति
School, stand at ease.
When you focus on someone's disability, you'll overlook their abilities, beauty, and uniqueness. Once you learn to accept and love them for who they are, you subconsciously learn to love yourself unconditionally.
Good morning. With these words of Yuvan Pieri, we the students of KVINS Dronacharya start today's assembly program. And now there's a way to make us aware of our duties towards our nation.
So, I request Priyanandana to administer the pledge.
School, get ready for the pledge. Pledge begins.
India is my country.
India is my country,
All Indians are
and all Indians are
my brothers and sisters.
my brothers and sisters.
I love my country
I love my country,
and I am proud of its
and I am proud of its
rich and varied heritage.
rich and varied heritage.
I shall always strive to be
I shall always try to be
worthy of it.
worthy of it.
I shall give respect
I shall give respect
to my parents,
to my parents,
teachers,
teachers,
and all elders,
and all elders,
and treat everyone with courtesy.
and treat everyone with courtesy.
To my country
To my country
and to my people,
and to my people,
I pledge my devotion.
I pledge my devotion.
In their well being
In their well being
and prosperity alone
and prosperity alone
lies my happiness.
lies my happiness.
Jai Hind.
Jai Hind.
School, stand at ease.
Rise up, start fresh. See the bright opportunity in each new day. Every day may not be good, but there is something good in every day.
So here is Sandra and Rachel Philomena with a beautiful thought.
Good morning. Today's thought: you are not disabled by the disabilities you have. You are able by the abilities you have.
Friends, this thought takes us to the blessings that God has blessed us with. Many of us limit our possibilities by only focusing on the weak areas. Instead, channelize your energy towards the abilities you have. Always feel that I am the best. And with this positive note daily, do not forget to start your day.
May I repeat my thought? You are not disabled by the disabilities you have. You are able by the abilities you have. Thank you.
Updating ourselves every day is good and never-ending habit. We should always have this type of habit which show awareness towards our society and towards our nation.
So, to update us with the latest happenings, here is Devyani and Reva with today's news.
A very good morning to all. I am Devaneju with today's national and international news. First, some national news. Two cases of Omicron variant detected in Karnataka. Two people from Karnataka tested positive for the Omicron variant of coronavirus, the Union Health Ministry informed on Thursday. These are the first cases of the fast spreading cases to be reported in India. The Indian government has already implemented strict measures for international travelers to check the spread of the new strain. Parliament passes dam safety bills to prevent disasters. The Parliament on Thursday passed a bill to prevent dam disasters through regular surveillance, inspection, operation, and maintenance. The bill addresses issues encompassing regular inspection of dams, emergency action plannings, comprehensive dam safety review, instrumentation, and safety manuals. Next is international news. Disney appoints woman as chairman for the first time in 98-year history. Walt Disney has elected a woman to chair its board for the first time in the entertainment giant's 98-year history. Susan Arnold, who has been a Disney board member for 14 years, will succeed Bob Iger at the end of this year. She was formerly an executive at global investment firm Carlyle. Japan starts booster COVID-19 vaccinations amid Omicron scare. Tokyo. Japan on Thursday started offering coronavirus vaccine booster shots to healthcare workers amid growing concerns over a new variant of virus. The World Health Organization warned the global risk from the Omicron variant is very high based on the early evidence, saying it could lead to surges with severe consequences. Let me hand over to Reva for state and sports news.
Now some state news headlines. Amid Omicron threat, four more international travelers test COVID-19 positive at Delhi airport. Delhi schools closed from tomorrow till further orders due to amid rise in air pollution. Kerala states 5,405 COVID positive cases, 320 deaths reported yesterday. Now some sports news. India vs New Zealand. India a third consecutive win at Wankhede Stadium as Test cricket returns to Mumbai. IPL 2022. Dhoni gets best out of team. hope to get DU pluses at auction, says CSK CEO. India vs South Africa 2021 tour may be postponed due to new COVID-19 strain Omicron. Anju Bobby George wins World Athletics Woman of the Year award. That's all for today's news. Thank you and have a nice day.
Every incident in our life is memorable.
So to make our assembly more memorable and colorful, here is Shreya K. Pradesh, Adina, Prajit and Rachel with today's special item.
Good morning to all. It is indeed our duty to accept the great heroes and heroines who reached the pinnacle of success in spite of their disabilities. To raise awareness, here we are with a special item on this relevance of the day. Watch it and like it. Have you all heard about Asha Patwar? Asha Patwar, deaf-blind student from Dehradun, resonated the world over. Asha, 16 years old, was one of the top three winners of the United Nations World Data Forum contest in 2020. In her video, Asha made a strong case for the inclusion of people with deaf blindness in the census. There are over 6.5 million people with deaf blindness in India, and yet their presence is not reflected in the census. We are a tiny spark that can set the nation on fire.
Next is Hiben Garma. Hiben Garma, this American disability rights advocate, has made history as the first deafblind graduate of Harvard Law School. Haben lost her vision and hearing in early childhood due to an unknown progressive condition. I became a lawyer in part to help increase access to book and other digital information for persons with disabilities. She says, Haben now works to change attitude about disability across the world, including the development of accessible digital services. Carolyn Cassie. At the age of 28, Irish activist Carolyn Cassie, who is legally blind due to ocular albinism, quit Accenture to launch Acing Foundation. Her mission was to improve how disability is treated, with an aim to place disability as central responsibility of any corporate agenda. She has launched Valuable 500, a global movement that shows how disability is a critical tool for business leadership. She says, disability and inequality crisis.
Friends, you will be amazed to listen about Dr. Sandendra Singh. Dr. Sandendra Singh never backs down from putting up the good fight. Doctors with disabilities. The Pain India body of medical professionals with disability he co-founded has gone head-to-head with the government and top medical institutes to ensure that disabled students are not denied their right to study or practice medicine. He has also fought to ensure that the MBBS curriculum is updated to reflect disability competence.
Many of you may be knowing about Amar Lateef, a great chef. Amar Lateef was 18 years old when he lost his sight due to an incurable condition, but that hasn't stopped him from traveling and creating his own business. Amar is the first blind person to take part in the prestigious cooking competition MasterChef. He competed against 10 other celebrities and made it all the way to the semi-final. Amar is also the founder of Travel Eyes, a company that helps blind and visually impaired people explore and experience the world in their own way. On this special day, let me remind you, friends, one thing. If you have a loved one, a colleague, or come across even a stranger with disabilities, what could you do to make their lives better?
Ask before offering help.
Speak clearly and listen.
Make them feel confident.
Respect personal space.
Engage in positive conversations.
Offer help with medical support.
Appreciate and promote.
Be empathetic than being sympathetic. We would like to conclude with a famous quotation by Christopher Reeve. A hero is an ordinary individual who finds the strength to persevere and endure in spite of overwhelming obstacles. Thank you and have a great day.
Every state has its own beauty and culture.
So, to familiarize with the exquisite culture of Himachal Pradesh, here is Maria Ridya, Shreya Patmanabhan, and Purnashri with a documentary.
Hi all, myself Maria Ritya and my friends Shreya and Purnasri are here with a documentary on Himachal Pradesh, which is also known as Devbhumi or Land of God, and Veerbhumi, which means Land of Praise. Himachal Pradesh is known for its narrow gauge railways. Hinduism is the major religion in the state. The state has remained mostly untouched by external customs, mainly due to difficult terrain. Himachal Pradesh is famous for its handicrafts, including carpets, paintings, leatherworks, stoles, and more. It is also one of the most beautiful places in India to visit. On 18th December 1970, the state Himachal Pradesh Act was passed by Parliament and the new state came into being on the 25th January 1971. In it, the name of the state is a reference to its setting. Himachal means snowy slopes and Pradesh means state. The state of Himachal Pradesh is spread over an area 55,673 km square and is bordered by Jammu and Kashmir and Ladakh on the north, Punjab on the southwest, Haryana on the south, Uttarakhand on the southeast, a small border with Uttar Pradesh in the south, and Tibet on the east. Physical diversity. Its climate and its peaceful environment can derive high economic value from the development of tourist industry. Himachal Pradesh, with an area of 55,673 square kilometer, is one of the smaller states of India.
History of Himachal Pradesh. The history of Himachal Pradesh is complex and shattered. It is known that a number of Aryan groups filtered into the more productive valleys during the Vedic period and assimilated the pre-Aryan population. Later, the Mauryan, the Gupta, and the Mughal, all emerging in the Indo-Gangetic plain, sought to exercise varying degrees of control over trade and pilgrimage routes. The remote, predominantly Buddhist area that is now the district of Lahore and Spiti was controlled by Ladakh from the decline of the Mughal Empire until the early 1840s, where it briefly came under Sikh rule. British domination of this region followed the Sikh Wars of the 1840s and continued for the next 100 years. Himachal Pradesh was constituted as a province in 1948. It consisted of 30 princely states and was administered by a chief commissioner who represented the government of India. In 1956, it became a union territory. Early in 1971, Himachal Pradesh became the 18th state of India.
People and culture of Himachal Pradesh. Retaining their age old customs and traditions, the people of Himachal Pradesh are proud of their rich cultural heritage. But at the same time, they have embraced new influences, keeping in pace with the changing times. Their passion for life clearly reflects in their colorful dresses and amazing celebrations. Reflecting unity in diversity, Himachal Pradesh is a land where different religions are followed and different languages are spoken. The beauty of culture of Himachal Pradesh lies in its simplicity. The most commonly spoken languages in Himachal Pradesh are Hindi, Punjabi, Pahari, Dogri, and Kinnari. A majority of the people of the state are Hindus. Other inhabitants include Buddhists. There are several Hindu communities in the state, such as Brahmins, Rajputs, Kannats, Rathis, and Kolis. Some of the tribes inhabiting the state are Gadis, Gujars, Bhagwalas, and Lahalis. Although rearing of goats, sheep, and other cattle is an important occupation of the people of Himachal Pradesh, most of the population is dependent on agriculture for their survival.
Famous arts and craft of Himachal Pradesh. Among arts and craft that came out of Himachal Pradesh state in India are carpets, leatherworks, shawls, metalware, woodwork, and paintings. Pashmina shawl is a product which is highly in demand not only in Himachal but all over the country. Famous artwork by people. Traditional painting style of Himachal Pradesh. Pahari paintings, as the name suggests, were paintings executed in the hilly regions of India, in the sub-Himalayan state of Himachal Pradesh. It is in the development and modification of Pahari paintings that the Kangra school features. Art and craft of Himachal Pradesh. Weaving, carving, painting are considered to be the part of the life of Himachalis. Himachal is well known for designing shawls, especially in Kulu. The objects, shops, museums, galleries, and craftsmen charm with a variety perfected through time. Himachal handcrafts and handloom. Chamba Rumal, miniature paintings, metal craft, jewelry of Himachal Pradesh, stone carving, Himachali cap, Kulu shawl and pulas, and many more.
Festivals of Himachal Pradesh. The festivals of Himachal Pradesh are colorful and traditional. There are a number of fairs and festivals that are at the high point of Himachal Pradesh. These festivals are the time for the Himachalis to adorn colorful dresses and accessories and get mixed up with the rest of their kins. Some of these fairs and festivals in the upper regions are the Kuru Dashera, Shivratri Fair, Renuka Fair, Rajeshwari Fair, Jwalamukhi Fair, Holi Fair, and Naina Devi Fair. The lower regions of Himachal are temple fairs in Una district such as the Piplo Fair, the Bharoli Bagar Fair, the Maitri Gurudwara Fair, the Chintpurni Temple Fair, the Kamakhya Temple Fair, including the annual Himachal Hill Festival in the village Polan Purohitan during the fourth week of October. The centuries-old Sair festival is celebrated mainly in Shimla, Kangra, Mandi, Kulu and Surin districts every year in mid-September.
If you like anything and everything about snow, you may be inspired by the meaning of the word Himachal, the land of snows. The meaning is adequate to give you an idea of what to expect here. Himachal Pradesh is located in the western Himalayas, surrounded by majestic mountains, out of which small still challenge mankind to conquer them. The beauty of the land is beyond imagination. Shimla, one of the most captivating hill stations, is the capital of the state. The region is also well known for its trekking, climbing, and skiing areas. Kulu. Kulu in Himachal Pradesh is one of the most frequented tourist destinations, often heard along with the name Manali, yet another famous tourist spot. Kulu is situated on the banks of Beas River. It was earlier called Kulantpita, meaning the end of the habitable world. Inspiring, right? Kulu Valley is also known as the Valley of Gold. Manali, located at an altitude of 6,726 feet, Manali offers splendid views of the snow-capped mountains. The land is not just a feast to your visual senses, it also offers you the chance to ascertain your fitness level with the sporting facilities here. Shimla. The enchanting beauty of Shimla made British declare the land as their summer capital. The colonial influence is still evident in the city. The hill station offers spectacular views of snow-capped Himalayan ranges. With lakes and rich greenery around, Shimla welcomes tourists round the year.
With these, we conclude our documentary. Hope you all enjoyed and loved the culture of Himachal. Thank you.
Learning never stops and knowledge never ends.
So here is Arva with today's new one.
Good morning. Today's new word dexterity. Spelling Dexterity. Meaning readiness and grace in physical activity, especially skill and ease in using the hands. Sentence Mr. Williams answered the journalist's questions with all the dexterity of a politician. I repeat the word dexterity. Dexterity. Thank you.
Your success and happiness lies in you. Resolve to keep happy and your joy, and you shall form an invisible host against difficulties.
With these words by Helen Keller, myself Shaniba, and my friend Gauri in comparing and Kavya in command, conclude today's assembly program. Thank you and have a nice day.
School, attention! Get ready for the national anthem. National anthem begins.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलति तरंगा तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाए तब जय गादा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय हिंद
Assembly dispersed.